I'm Addie McClintock. I am the director of the Women's Health Pathway at UW in internal medicine. The pathway started a couple years ago, really just out of resident interest in more sort of in-depth focused women's health training as part of the general internal medicine training that the program provides. A unique aspect is really the longitudinal aspect of it, the interdisciplinary aspect of it, and also that we have designed it so that there's really a diversity of instructional methods in the sense. So it's not just a continuity clinic, it's not just extra teaching, it's really all of those things together. Once a year for a whole month, each year the residents participate in what we call an immersion block, and that's a feature unique to a lot of the pathways and to the primary care track, but it's our own dedicated sort of women's health didactic block. So in that block, usually what we do is I arrange, it's on sort of a 2 to 3 year rotating curriculum, so everybody will see each topic once or twice, but not all 3 years. A half day, 2 days a week dedicated to teaching, and that's more of kind of a traditional didactic setting. The nice thing about Immersion Block is that it's structured time to spend time together and sort of develop that cohesion in our group. They just get a lot of range of exposures that is uncommon for an internist in sort of the usual practice way. The procedural training is something that a lot of residents ask about. When we did our needs assessment, when we started the pathway, that was something that we heard from a lot of residents, that they really wanted the procedural skills, and specifically the sort of most common things they were interested in learning and that I still hear from residents about is IUD insertion and removal and Nexplanon insertion and removal and endometrial biopsies. So those are the main things that people ask about and able to practice them independently if they want to in their practice afterwards. The Capstone Project in my mind is really almost goes hand in hand with the mentorship and the kind of leadership training. It's really in my mind a chance for you to explore things that might be of interest to you. I meet with all the residents roughly every 6 months to just check in with them, both about how things are going from the perspective of as a participant, like what they're, touch base about learning goals and what they're working on, what they're sort of looking forward to trying to master ongoing. The person that would be the best fit for the pathway is someone who probably sees themselves in primary care, wants to be able to really provide care for women, and doesn't have to send them somewhere else for something. So I think of it as somebody who aspires to really provide care for the whole person, not just their gender-based needs and not just their internal medicine needs, but somebody who really sees that truly as one practice, which I think is how most of our faculty and our graduates feel. But we definitely have people that are kind of still debating if they might be specialty bound, and I think this pathway just helps them kind of envision what the practice could be like either way. I love coming to clinic. I love working with the residents, designing the curriculum, thinking about what they want and how to get that for them. I love being able to do the mentorship. It's definitely something that brings me like energy into my job and my career. Many of them tell me that they're so happy to be in the pathway. It feels like just where they were supposed to be, and that it has brought them like a love of clinic and a love of medicine, which sometimes can admittedly be hard in residency. Say, oh, who likes candy? Yeah, we have a really big candy drawer.